Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Vechain, and once again thank you for all your continued support in helping CoinsKid grow to over 100k subs. Really big thumbs up to everybody. You know, get so many really nice comments on these videos, and thank you for taking the time out to comment on the videos as well, and you know, and just your involvement in the Telegram group there, the Patreons, the admin team, everything. It's all golden, okay, and long may this continue through the good times and the bad, because obviously look where we're going, look where we're going to march up to for Vechain in this bull run, okay. And I want to reassure you as well, I've not got a crystal ball, okay, and that particular price prediction up there is not a certainty, but look to the left and look to the right, and what you're seeing colours of green. You know, things are going up and things are appreciating in a bull market. Now, it's getting relatively frustrating with Vechain because it's just consolidating. It's in that consolidating phase that Cardano's just gone through. And literally today, you know, Cardano's broken out that all-time high after 10 weeks of going sideways. So to everyone that held Cardano through the good times and the bad, well done, because, you know, Vechain, potentially, you're in the 4th week of consolidation right now after making a high. You could go on for another 6 weeks. Who knows? No one's got a crystal ball, or you could break out today. So this is why you've got to have patience in this game, because what you do, you look ahead, you zoom out, if in doubt zoom out, okay. And right now you can see potentially, based off Elliott wave theory, this is our potential price target up here. Hopefully we get there, and it is all a big if, and it is all hope as well. And I say that hope's a dangerous thing, but we've got to have hope, haven't we? Because this is what's keeping us in the space, and if we can get to there, fantastic. And obviously, as I've outlined before as well, you know, that's a conservative measurement based off this wave 4 pullback, which hopefully we've had. We won't go any deeper than that, but again, I always tell you the targets, and again, I've not got a crystal ball, but you know, just looking at this particular weekly time frame here, if I'm going to be completely honest with you, I would like to see that 20 come up a little bit more, which is a yellow line. This is an exponential moving average. I would like to see this come up a little bit more. It doesn't mean it has to, but to get that sort of curl on it a little bit, you will, if you look at Cardano. Okay, well, I'll show you Cardano, basically. I'll show you Cardano so I can kind of explain what I'm on about. Look at Cardano, and now look where its EMA is, okay. It's come up and it's almost touched it, it's kissed it, and look at it, it's redder. It says, okay, you've come down, you've touched me, you know, we've had a little kiss and a cuddle, and now you can mooch on and you can get on with it. And I've refueled the rocket ships for you. And now it's actually broken that resistance level, and it's marching onwards and upwards to all our price predictions up there for Cardano. But that's a separate token right there. It's a separate video. So you can see, look how far away the 20 is. So with that, it doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, what you see in other tokens needs to happen in this token, but it's an indication of, you know, the allowance to continue effectively. If it gets frustrating, if it's not making any progress, if it's not breaking those highs, then you could potentially see that is potentially what it's looking for. You know, is that EMA to come up to it and look more healthy and get squeezed together for continuation. Because like I said to you, these EMAs are a massive signal. If you see them too far extended or too vertical, you don't buy vertical EMAs. You don't buy overextended EMAs. That's the rule of thumb. You don't buy big green candles because you get big green red dildos. Okay, so effectively, you know, it is almost looking like, okay, well, yeah, that needs to come up a little bit more. So you might be looking at a little bit longer consolidation, possibly a week or two, you know, based off that. But I've not got a crystal ball. But anyway, regardless of all that, regardless of this chop sideways, you're going up, yay, and then you're coming down, no, and stuff like that. If in doubt, zoom out, because this is the potential price target of Vechain. Okay, so that effectively from here, you know, if you was to march on from this particular price prediction, just there, it's basically a 6.5x for Vechain, and this is a conservative wave as well. This wave 5 is the same length as wave 1. You know, we're in a bull market. You know that wave 5 can potentially be as big as wave 3. So what I would do, just as a crazy ass, you know, price prediction, I'm going to measure wave 3 right now, and you can see that it's 3,000%. So if you say we've had the wave 4 pullback, and this is the wave 4, because this particular pullback is in line with this bottom there that we've formed for this consolidation event we're going through for Vechain. So if we was to go, what did we say it was? 3,000%, something like that, wasn't it? You could be looking at a $4 Vechain token if you was to get the same wavelength as wave 3, and in some instances it is the same. It is the same, and don't forget we're in a bull market, and you're going to reach that mania phase towards the end of the bull market there. So, you know, the 150 is a bit of a conservative price prediction, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So anyway, you have got a nice sort of pattern that's starting to form here on the weekly for Vechain, okay, it's a bull pennant basically, and just off that I could tell you, based off this particular pattern that's being formed, where the next leg up is, providing, you know, we do continue to sort of make this kind of bull pennant pattern. I will show you this, okay. So you've got a level of resistance coming down, you've got a level of support coming up. So if Vechain was to continue to sort of do something like that and not go any deeper, okay, in that anticipated deeper C wave pullback, if it didn't actually go down there, then you're forming this bull pennant, and you could potentially be looking at something like this on the next impulsive wave out of here. Once it breaks this level of resistance, you could just see Vechain, wherever it is, pop up, and you could be looking at a 39-40 cent Vechain token as it consolidates in here a bit more, gets a bit tighter, ranges between support and resistance, get that pop out, boom, bull pennant on the weekly. See you later, alligator, I'm gone. And that's where you could see Vechain pump to, you know, even if it pumped out here. If it pumped out here, you'd be looking at a 42 cent Vechain, but the longer it comes towards the apex there of this bull pennant on the weekly, you know, you could be looking at a 30, 39, 40 cent Vechain token right there. So it's good, golden for continuation. So right now it's just a patience game, and you know, a big tick to that is just look at Cardano. People have been stuck in that for 10 weeks, and that's why I reassure you, you know, you've just got to have patience in this particular token, because it is a fantastic project. It's undervalued, as you know. I don't need to go into the tokenomics or the fundamentals with you. You know it's undervalued for its use case. So yeah, I see much more improvement for Vechain. But in the meantime, I'll show you where the in and outs are. So that's basically Vechain in a nutshell. So it's all good. It's all good basically. So right now I'm just going to jump onto the 4-hourly time frame and see what's going on. Okay. Yeah, so Vechain on the 4-hourly, then it's looking relatively healthy. You've got the pickup here, nice, and you're making these high lows here as well. Like I said to you yesterday, high lows, which is great. Off this bottom here, so that's good. That's golden that you're picking up. Double bottom, making a high, come back, making a high, another top. So effectively a double top almost, which is relatively bearish. It's a bit of a reversal, but you have come down and made a higher high, which is good. So right now you can see that you just need Vechain to march on, because if it doesn't march on and it continues to sort of hit something, it will roll, and when it does roll, you do want it to adhere to this upper trend line that you've got going on for yourself for Vechain right now. You know, something like this where it sort of comes down and does something like this, gets caught between a rock and a hard place, this level of consolidation, you're potentially looking at some sort of ascending triangle that you could potentially pop out to eventually to the upside. But I'm not going to lie to you, you know, consolidation is flat, it is boring, and it does shake out the weak hands, and people get frustrated and bored, and jump ship. And look at those people that were in Cardano that were sat there for 10 weeks, you know, and all those things going up, left and right, going up and down, and it was like tempted to jump out, but now they're proving the fruits of their labour, so to speak. So it's all good, it's all golden. So with Vechain, you are in a bullish cross, in a 4-hourly uptrend here, so that's good. So as long as you can keep adhering to this and backtesting support, like I said to you, you adhere to the 4-hourly EMA like this, backtest. As long as you keep adhering to it, it's going to keep creeping you up. Okay, look at these candles, look at the body. Okay, look at the body at the top and the wicks at the bottom. So each time that Vechain starts to roll, there's an enormous amount of buying pressure there, a hell of a lot of support for Vechain, pushing it back up, you know, not allowing it to basically roll over. So it's pretty darn good, to be honest with you. And you're above the 0.5 now, so you're above that particular level of resistance. You're backtesting of support, you're seeing the closes above, so it's good for continuation. Now if you can keep adhering to this EMA, it's going to creep you up, and you're going to attack that particular level again once more, which is the golden ratio, the 0.618, because I said to you, if you can get through that, you know, and start to march onwards, you've literally got one level of resistance between you and a retracement to the all-time high there. So it is golden, it is good. You know, you're making high lows, you're coiling up for some kind of move basically. So hopefully it comes and creeps you up, and you break up, and you start testing this particular level at 0.22955, because if you do and you break it, see you later, you could start to march on towards 24 cents, and then obviously a retracement to the all-time high up there at roughly 27 cents, which would be amazing. But obviously I've given you the full breakdown targets that if you do start to roll, then you can't lose that particular level there, because you would be looking at a very, very deep correction for Vechain down to the lower depths there for Vechain, which we don't necessarily want, but I'm always going to make you aware of every single possible outcome, obviously. So right now then, I'll give you a couple of trades that, if you can see, I wasn't anticipating actually that once Vechain broke this, because I'm sure yesterday I said if it starts to break and get above the MAs, do look to go long, and I would anticipate it to come back up to test the golden ratio. And you can see quite at the moment now it's on its way, but it's a bit lackluster. It's kind of fell short, but when it's falling back, it is holding this 050. So at the moment, you know, when you broke that and back tested that, because actually back test, you broke it, you back test, you're holding it, so right there you go long, and currently you was up 6%, and right now you're up 4% with the potential to look for a 10% upside there. So hopefully, you know, if those that took that trade are still in that trade, then it's looking good to continue and at least get to that golden ratio. We do need to see it test that as resistance, and obviously just smash through it and get on with the recovery and get on with Vechain's bull market right in, and get all this correction and this AB larger C wave out the window, which would be absolutely golden for continuation for Vechain. Again, I will give you the breakdown target. Again, if you do start to see Vechain roll and lose the MAs, then do anticipate, you know, from wherever you are, wherever you see the roll, put a short down. Say you potentially lose this level of support right now and you start to roll. I'm not saying you will, but if you do and you lose the MAs, you know, look for a little short to at least test these 0.386, the Fibonacci retracement levels there, support, because you can see they get caught between them, and it's nice little in-out opportunities there for Vechain. So that's Vechain. Hope you enjoyed that update. Stay strong, stay healthy, and stay tuned, and I'll be back tomorrow with another Vechain update. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.